YouTube fans, Shaving Cadre fans, type 2 diabetes rescued by keto fans, Christmas fans, welcome. I'm going to do a little bit of an unusual shave today. I did not plan on videoing another shave, but I just was thinking over some of the things that I've experienced and come through on this holiday season, and I just figured it would be nice. Okay, so the unusual thing I'm not going to use, and just to show, I'll do the commercial up front for the Shaving Cadre, shavingcadre.com. Bill N, that's me, Max Headroom. You find that avatar wherever I am or was. The thing that I had in my mind today was how sometimes the holiday season brings out the best in people. And that's in spite of our differences. Okay. And here's the difference. Okay. I'm gonna shave with this thing. Okay. So, and just to show that I don't think the Shaving Cadre is going to toss me out for using this, because it's a shaving forum, but a lot of what the focus is on the individuals and our hobbies and what we like to do. And there are tons and tons of people using these throwaway things. My younger brother being one of them. And then I actually picked this up because it was cheap, a package of a couple of these in case I ever had to travel and whatever, and had to go through TSA. And the one thing I liked about this over most of the what I call the following pivot is that this has a pivot that kind of pivots in the middle of the blade. Okay, and I like that better. I don't know that these blades are necessarily as sharp or even sharper, but what I wanted to also point out is that there are loads of people that get shaves every day with that and they're totally satisfied. And if we in the community of wet shaving as our hobby, if we would like to see more people experience those things that bring us joy, maybe the thing to do is not necessarily go after these guys, okay, but go after the guys with the big old beards and that kind of stuff. And there's a reason that they don't like to shave. It could be that they think that beard looks good, or they experienced some of the unpleasantries that many of us did in the use of cartridges from our old days. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something what I know a lot of people do. A lot of people that use these things, they shave in the shower. And they'll take the body wash and they'll smear it around. They'll go ahead and shave. And I'm going to do that. I don't know how, I've never done this. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm not sure how many passes I'm going to make on this. Okay. But I just wanted to see for myself. Okay. Like I said, I know that there are plenty of people doing no brush. It feels like there's a slipperiness to it. And let's see what happens. Now I'm gonna alter what I used to do when I used cartridges because I didn't know better at the time. I did learn through using double edge, single edge, shavettes and straight razors, that a lot of times what you want to do is you want to first of all understand the pattern in which your hair grows, okay, and not shave in a way that irritates that. And you want to use a light pressure, a light touch, and allow the instrument to do the work. So let's see how the shave goes, okay? And this is tuggy, okay? I don't have a whole lot of hair, but it is cutting it, okay? And the lack of the lack of the slickness of a real shave soap is there. Okay, and one thing I did right there was something I didn't know until I had been shaving until I took up wet shaving as a hobby, is that my hair down here grows this way, and to shave like this, which I always did, is a shave that is against the grain and has resulted in a lot of this scarring that is wound up on my face. Make sure it's and a lot of things that I know I used to do was you would press down, you try and get it all, and the only time you go over it is when you didn't seem to get it. And a lot of times that pressing is what does the damage. In the things, some of the things that I came across that made me, and that's for one pass shave, that's a lot of, that's a lot of times what you would call it a day, and there's nothing wrong with that for people that want to do that. Like I said though, the growth of the wet shaving hobby is probably not in guys that are doing that. The growth may very well be in the guys that just don't shave at all because they don't like it, or they shave very, very rarely because it's such a painful experience. One of the things I watched on YouTube yesterday or last night or this morning, I don't remember who it was a gent in South Africa by the name of, his screen name is Dapper Shave. He's a very experienced individual in what is by many considered one of the finest arts in honing straight razors, and that is the use of J-nets. And he gave a couple of really, really good talks. If you have an interest in that, whether that's not the way I choose to hone, okay, but I had great interest in listening to his experiences and what he found, and some of the techniques that he uses in his opinions, and his feeling, I think, on different ways of honing is exactly the same as mine. I do what I do the way I do because it makes me happy, and he does what he does because it's the way that he's progressed and it's made him happy, and that's what should happen in any area of shaving, whether it's the tool that you use or the way you sharpen your straight razors, or the soap you use, or whether you this brush, that brush. Shaving this way with a 3-pass shave was not something that my father ever did or ever taught me. And I'm applying some of those techniques that I use to a different shave piece, okay? And my goal at the end of the day is to have a shave that pleases me. And for a 2-pass shave with a throwaway gizmo, so far I'm not doing too bad. Another thing, I listened this morning to a young lady who sang a beautiful Christmas song, and I'm gonna, it was very touching, and this time of year, it was refreshing, that a refreshing change from some of being a guy at 65 years old and seeing the change in our world in so many ways. It was a refreshing change to listen to the words. I'm going to put a link. I'm going to try and put a link to that particular song in the notes area on the YouTube thing. I think it was wonderful, and the gal is she's the wife of one of the strong driving forces in the eating style, the eating plan that has helped me reverse my type 2 diabetes. Okay, but it was like, I had no idea she had such a beautiful voice. Okay, she does her own little TV blog thing and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought it was great, and I thought it would be something to listen to. But I want you to look at that, and I also put a link to Dapper Shaves in there. I just was really, really enthused at the keen knowledge that he had, and that he was willing to share that with others freely. Okay, now he may have some sort of a consultation type thing for people. He may hone razors for money, and that's completely okay. And if I was in South Africa, I would be very, very interested to send him a razor and to see how well that razor would work for me with the edge, the type of edge that he likes. I'm not South Africa. I'm in North America, where it's frigid. I can't remember the last time it hit 1 degree. I just cannot remember that. Okay, so one thing I'm not going to do with this tool, okay, one thing I'm definitely not going to do is hit this area against the grain. So if you're somebody who shaves this way, you shave in the shower, and sometimes I'll pick up these things because I used to travel for a living, and I don't anymore. Travel was part of my living. And things were different back then than they are now. And now with TSA, you're limited to which shave tools you can pack. Another thing in the holiday season that I thought, and that's just a really, really, I could go for some cleanup here, which I'm gonna do that. Okay, I usually one of the things that I learned along the way in wet shaving was a saying, don't chase the baby, or don't try and overshave, but target the comfortable shave, and the closeness will come. Okay, and I believe I've gotten a very, very close and comfortable shave with a cheap throwaway gizmo razor. But just like my choice in what I use to sharpen my razor, and that was another thing about Jacques from Dapper Shaves. He mentioned this style of honing that I do, and he basically was saying the same thing that I say. There is no wrong. Okay, you do what you do, you find your way, you do what you do, you learn from that, you progress, and there just is no wrong. There's nothing wrong with somebody who does something different than you, and there's no need to in the modern sense of the world where beatdowns are so popular, there's just no need to do that. Okay, I'm using a little bit of witch hazel, which is another thing. When I was in cartridges, I didn't know what this stuff was. Okay, and this is a soothing and healing thing to use on your skin. Okay, And if I ever have to travel with an airline, I'm going to pack one of these, and I may pack a 4-ounce bottle of this, and that may be what I use to shave. Okay, and how much they let you. I'm going to use the fine American blend. I'm a guy, I don't buy the real McCoy. I buy the copies of the scents. This is a copy, an homage to Riva Gauche. I think I said that right. By Yves Saint Laurent. Beautiful smelling stuff. I think if you find the real McCoy, it's an expensive thing to use. But that's what I'm doing. And let's see, I'll bring out the powder cannon. And another thing that even wet shaving for many years, I never saw this done until I came to the shaving cadre and saw Barber Dave doing that. Although I remember as a young man when before my wife's actually a licensed barber. She's never worked in that field, but she did go to school, and she's been cutting my hair ever since. And one of the things that my barber, before my wife started cutting my hair, would always do is he would trim the nape of my neck, and he would always take a very long-haired horsehair brush and put some powder on it, and he would dust the back of your neck. And that feeling, that same feeling with a talc is a smooth finish that if it's something that you have not tried, you should try. And if you like the powder can, you get these on Amazon. They're, I don't know, 2 for $10 or something like that. I don't use cornstarch powders, and I don't know that talc powders are even available by any companies distributed in the United States. But most of what I got came from the UK. So, and I have the fine American blend EDT. Not doing much. I do have to do some last minute shopping today, the wife and I, and on this cold day. So there's the shave. This will be this probably won't be up until very late on Christmas Eve, and with the holidays and all, you may not even see it until after Christmas. But if you catch this, whenever you catch this, I hope if it's after Christmas, I hope that you had a very Merry Christmas, and that you have enjoyed some of the kindness and the peace that can be found in the holidays and in your faith. If your faith is not Christianity and you do not celebrate Christmas, whatever your faith is, my prayer for you is that you find self-peace in that as well, and that we as people move forward and try to create a better world for ourselves, our children, and grandchildren. So a Merry Christmas to all. Thanks for tuning in. Bill.